Well, hello, wrestling fans of NWA Anarchy. John the Body Johnson, joined again by Stephen Prazak, filling in for the vacationing Greg Hunter.
Yeah, we heard from Greg. He's having a great time. He doesn't want to leave, and we're back. Said I wish I was there and he was here.
Well, you know, I'm going to tell you, he finished third in the shuffleboard contest, so good for him. But we've got tag team action here. One half of the Anarchy Tag Team Champions, Billy Buck, teaming up with Tank, taking on members of the Entourage, Andrew Alexander and Mr. Black.
And interestingly, as we heard from Tank just last week, wanting to make a foray back into the singles competition world here at NWA Anarchy, but things just got a little out of control, as they often do here at Anarchy. It is Anarchy, after all. And we have a one-time combination of Billy Buck and Tank trampling the Entourage, and boy, the feat of Billy Buck certainly doing a number on young Mr. Alexander.
Well, Andrew Alexander and the Entourage, they were successful at Hardcore Hell 3 weeks ago. They defeated the team of the New Wave, of course, the New Wave former Anarchy Tag Team Champions. That was a six-man competition. So the Entourage definitely looking to climb up the ladder for those Anarchy Tag Team titles.
And Andrew Alexander face first into the not-too-sterile mat here at the NWA Arena. And Billy Buck offering to tag Tank, and Tank is all too anxious to get involved in this matchup.
Of course, Tank was in, like I said, was in one-on-one competition last week against Mr. Black. Tank and Andrew Alexander interfering in that match, which brought out Wild Billy Buck. And right now, Tank got control over Andrew Alexander.
And why on earth would you ever want to get in the crosshairs of the strong-style Psycho Tank is beyond me.
Well, you know, you got to think about Andrew Alexander's rationale behind this. I mean, you know, they're climbing their way up that ladder for those Anarchy Tag Team Champions. Tank himself said he was a six-time Tag Team Champion. What better way than to pin a former champion? To make a statement against a former champion, to let the current champions know you mean business.
2 words, 7 letters, it's Tank. What more can I tell you?
I'll give you that. That's somebody I wouldn't want to walk down a dark alley and find.
No, I wouldn't want to be in the same zip code with the guy, knowing that he's facing me in any physical encounter. That's nothing but bad news. But Andrew Alexander, for lack of good common sense, I guess he has Mr. Black on his side. So that's probably his ace in the hole, so to speak.
Aside from this great tag team action you're seeing right now, we have an action-packed hour ahead for you, Prazak. And I have it on good authority that we are going to hear from the Anarchy Heavyweight Champion, Shadow Jackson.
Now, you teased that last week, and that was a cruel joke. We never did hear anything about Shadow Jackson last week.
Well, I fired Alejandro. He's no longer my runner. I've got a new runner now.
I hate that Alejandro.
Yeah, he's a jerk. But we will hear from Shadow Jackson this week. He's in the building. I have it on good authority.
Okay, well, fair enough. Good look forward. Hopefully the man is still with us. A much-loved figure here at NWA Anarchy over a number of years. And quite a dangerous competitor. And after that beating he withstood at Hardcore Hell just a few weeks ago, I'm kind of curious how much of a career that Shadow Jackson has left. I'm really kind of wondering.
Shadow Jackson, he's the People's Champion. He's the Anarchy Heavyweight Champion. Now for that, I don't like the guy. I don't like a guy that considers himself the People's Champion. If you want to be a champion of the unwatched masses, that's up to you. But I will give Shadow Jackson credit where credit's due. The man has come back from a complete tear of the Achilles tendon to become Anarchy Champion. He's not done it once, he's done it twice. The man's a fierce competitor, and I have no doubt in my mind that tonight he'll want to address Michael Judas. The question is he in any kind of shape for any kind of physicality? Is he going to come in here tonight and relinquish that Anarchy Heavyweight Champion?
Oh, is that in the offing? Is that possible?
I'm predicting it right now.
Good Lord, let's hope that it's certainly not the case. And once again, Mr. Black, though, going to town with the eyes of Billy Buck, wiping him on the top ring robe here. Oh, that's the infection in the works right there.
Mr. Black, we've seen, limited action from Mr. Black, but every time we've seen him, he's been very dominant in that ring.
Of course he's dominant. He's 6'6".
Over the top rope he steps. I mean, this guy right here, he's the head of security for the Entourage. I mean, he holds back all the ladies. whenever the Entourage are out there, big parties, he keeps the ladies at bay.
He holds back all the ladies.
He holds back all the ladies.
That's a busy man, huh?
Well, he's a very busy man. Only the pretty ones get to come through. There aren't no ugly chicks in the Entourage. Are you kidding me?
I haven't seen any chicks in the Entourage.
Oh, you just don't get invited to their parties, Prazak.
That must be it. Thanks for clearing that up. Well, I'll tell you, Andrew Alexander is finding getting some inroads here in one half of the Anarchy Tag Team Champions. Billy Buck, he's firing back. Just some fight left. And Mr. Buck and Andrew Alexander is being rocked. But a tag to the monster, Mr. Black, might change the complexion of this match entirely.
And right there, you see it. Andrew Alexander called himself a tag team specialist. Called himself pound for pound the best tag team wrestler ever. And he just proved it right there, holding Billy Buck in his corner, allowing his partner to get the advantage.
Mr. Black unfortunately got a knee straight to the apron there, the ring mat.
And using all that weight, crashing down on Billy Buck, but not going for the pin. I got to question the sanity of Mr. Black there. I think you got to go for the pin. Don't go for the punishment, go for the pin.
So, fair enough, but obviously they're closer to Billy Buck than we are, or at least not ripe for the pinning yet. And knowing Andrew Alexander and what a head case he is, I think he wants to make a statement almost as much as he wants to win the match.
Right there, Andrew Alexander in control of Billy Buck, sending him into the ropes.
And a quick roll-up, all for naught. Still in a good attempt by Billy Buck. Oh, and a charging shoulder from Andrew Alexander, and Billy Buck goes down in the heap.
And you see how quick Andrew Alexander was back to his feet, and then dragging Billy Buck away from his corner. Definitely, smart maneuvering here, and now just driving the sole of the foot right into the stomach of Billy Buck, and now taking the knee pad down, exposing the knee, that bone of the knee, and driving it right into the abdomen of Billy Buck. That can do some internal damage, Prazak.
I think a lot of damage has been done. We saw that devastating body splash from Mr. Black on the abdomen of Billy Buck earlier on. I think that's where the damage was beginning. It's only gotten worse. Check that. Quick roll-up from Billy Buck, but Alexander successfully keeping him away from the tagging hands of Tank.
Well, that's what you can see. He was trying to control the corner and was able to fight his way out with Billy Buck. But to no avail as he's back into the part of town that belongs to the Entourage.
What the Entourage do have in their corner, they have the chemistry of a team. They know each other intimately. When we're talking intimately, not the biblical sense, of course. But Tank and Billy Buck, this is a new combination. They know, whoa! Powerful side slam. I think some seismic activity took place in that one.
I'm telling you, he brought him way up. Coming from 6 feet, at least 6 feet, maybe 6'1", crashing down. And now with 1 foot, I don't care how much damage you've done to a man. I don't care how much you don't like Billy Buck. I know I don't. But you cannot pin a man with 1 foot, especially when that man is one half of the Anarchy Tag Team Champion.
And Billy Buck wasn't even able to kick out, but he was able to roll his shoulder, and that was key.
And a stomp right to the face of Billy Buck while Mr. Black was holding him by the throat there, I believe.
And so it appears that many of the illicit tactics of Andrew Alexander are on display this week here at NWA Anarchy. Pin attempt, only 2. And there's still some fight left in Billy Buck. I'm not quite sure how much teeth this fight has left out.
Didn't hook the leg, but was driving the bone of the forearm right into the jaw of Billy Buck. That right there sometimes can be just as good.
Buck is fighting back, all for naught. Big elbow from Andrew Alexander.
Hold on, Prazak. It's time to walk the red carpet with the Entourage as they just stomp on the chest of Billy Buck. That's called walking the red carpet. That's why the Entourage is so important.
That's what they call walking the red carpet?
That's called walking the red carpet.
I see. Well, that's apparently sort of walked a little longer because Billy Buck's still able to get his shoulder up indeed. But I can't imagine it's going to take place too much longer, as things are certainly going the Entourage's way this week on Anarchy.
Well, this right here, even though we have one half of the Anarchy Tag Team Champions in the ring, I have to remind you this is a non-title match, as Chris King, absolutely mysteriously, you heard Billy Buck allude to it last week, the Entourage are pretty good at making tag team partners disappear.
Well, it's in a rough and tumble tag team situation that at NWA Anarchy. It certainly is a very, very competitive dressing room in that department. I guess it's good, even if there are some real eyebrows being raised. I think it's all the Freebirds' fault. They started all this nonsense back in the day, you know?
And right there, a tag in a tank, and Andrew Alexander finds himself in the ring. Mr. Black trying to come in.
And the strong style Psycho Tank going to town on the entourage. Andrew Alexander, oh, he's airborne. Back first onto the knee of Tank. Hit from Tank. And Mr. Black's able to take Tank out of the picture.
And right now, Tank the legal man. Andrew Alexander, the legal man for his team. Billy Buck up in the ring. Looks like he may be setting up that super kick. Andrew Alexander ducks out of it. And now we've got all four men outside the ring.
You're not going to win a match out there, gentlemen.
Billy Buck shoving Andrew Alexander back in the ring. That'll at least break up the 10 count for now. Tank was charging in on Mr. Black and missed and hit the ropes, and right there, I don't know where that boot hit.
And wins on the ropes too. What a painted victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of this match, Andrew Alexander and Mr. Black, the Entourage.